You're back with Get Down to Business. I'm your host, Shalom Klein. Get Down to Business is brought to you in part by Everett Wealth Solutions, a registered investment advisor and financial planning firm, a fiduciary advisor that helps you create your personal wealth. You can find them at everettwealthsolutions.com or call 708-771-7777. Once again, everettwealthsolutions.com, 708-771-7777. So I have a lot of questions from our conversation about jobs that we've been having with Kathy Carpenter of HR Pilots, who is just a fantastic resource around all these issues. Kathy, I know this is going to sound like a general question, but what's the job market like? Has it improved?
From an unemployment statistical standpoint, it's getting better. The market is tightening in terms of having the right talent available to companies. Companies need to really compete to attract and recruit people, especially small companies that don't have a brand. They're basically a no name in the marketplace, and typically small businesses can't afford to pay the same compensation as perhaps a mid-size or a major Fortune 50 company for the same talent that they need. A director of marketing in a small business will need to do much of the same work as a director of marketing in a large business and different work, right? But the people that they're looking for, there's a certain compensation level that they're going to be attracted to. And it's really important for small businesses to know what their value proposition is in the market and to be able to benchmark that value proposition against the supply of people in the market. What's nice about today is that in recruiting in today's world is that we have a lot of information available to us in terms of it's free information. You get it on Indeed, salary.com, Career Builder Salary, and you can assess your position against the market based on the years of experience and the credentials and the education that you're seeking.
There are a lot of tools that are out there. There's a lot of tools both for the business owners to do some analysis of the industry and how much they should be paying somebody, but also for job seekers. Job seekers today are equipped with a lot of information, and job seeker is such an interesting term because there are a lot of opportunities out there for the, as we always say here in the show, the A and the B level people. The people that are really good communicators, the people that really just get it. They understand what it takes to hang on to a job and to advance their career. And there's so many opportunities that are out there. And you're right, small businesses have such a hard time competing to sort of get the word out about their opportunities and to sort of make the pitch why their environment will be perhaps a better environment than their counterpart in the big business space. So what tools do you use when trying to attract talent?
We have a very specific process and a disciplined process that we use to recruiting that starts with having a conversation with the client, further defining the job description, the role responsibilities, and then creating that marketing profile that I explained. It's an articulation of your value proposition. Then we do some pre-search. So we do a supply and demand study. We see how many job postings are there out there for this particular job and this particular geography, and how many people are seeking work. We can get that information. We do the compensation analysis. What else do we look at? There's a whole series of things that we do that help us to assess, how difficult is this going to be, right? The non-exempt hourly wage positions are pretty straightforward, but when you get into the professional level positions, that's where you really need to know what you're up against. I find what I've been finding recently is that small businesses are not really flexible in what they want, although they might be 25% under compensation in the market. And we really need to work to educate the hiring managers and the business owners to understand, there needs to be some give and take and some compromise.
Well, often the hiring manager is the business owner.
Exactly. The CEO, the CFO. of that small business. So I'm wanting small business owners to realize that they need to be a little bit more flexible because there's a lot of great talent out there. And I would like to make this point, especially as it relates to the older worker. When I refer to the older worker, that's the term of a protected class of people that are over the age of 40, right? But really, the older worker is the person in their 50s, like myself, in their mid-50s. And we have people that have awesome talents and experience and credibility, and it's age discrimination is rampant.
Oh, it is.
It is. It's very much because, they have 25 years of experience. We can't afford them. Although those people want the jobs. It's their choices about work are different at 50 and 55 than they were when they were 25 and 30. The compensation is not what is important. What's important to somebody in their 50s is that they're doing their duty, they're doing their work, they're doing what they know, and they love what they're doing. The compensation is secondary to the work and the enrichment and the contributions that they have to give to companies. So I would like to see organizations opening up their mind to the idea of, you know what, I can hire an older worker in their 50s, even though they were making $200,000 in their corporate career with a Fortune 50, and they're willing to take 90.
Listeners of Get Down to Business, tune in. This is an important message. Yes, keep in mind those the as we keep saying in quotes, the older workers. There's some exceptional talent that's out there, and although at times you might think that you might not be able to afford them, often they have the experience, they have the expertise to bring to the table to really help a business get to the next level. You need some of that talent. And after the break, we're going to be talking more with Andrea Storrs, who we've had on the show in the past, and she's going to be talking on the other side of this about, summer internships and how people can find their first job. But for a small business, often the older worker is a great place to start in looking. So I hope people are tuning in. I hope people can sort of take this message to heart. Keep that in mind. It's so important. And obviously the environment is important for a business. And that's something that companies like Tandem certainly get involved in sort of creating the environment. I actually visited at Tandem HR, and I met with our mutual friend, Bruce Leon, and they've got such a cool place to work. And I can see, I can see why people want to come early and stay late at the office every day. And it's fun for them. And that's important to have that environment. LinkedIn.
Yes.
LinkedIn is a good tool for a job seeker, bad tool. What do you think?
It's an excellent tool. People are apprehensive, to put their information out there in some cases for privacy reasons, or it's uncomfortable for them. But if you want to be seen, that is where recruiters are recruiting. So, and you should announce that you're looking if you can. You may
Sure.
be gainfully employed and unhappily employed and looking for a new position. But absolutely, what's the beauty of LinkedIn is that you can go there 5 minutes a day and maintain a presence. You can update your profile. It's so easy to use.
And when you update your profile, people are seeing those updates, and that's so important. So yes, it's not just good enough just to have a profile. Keep it updated, keep it current, and keep going in to make little tweaks, changes, add new connections.
Yeah, 5 minutes a day, 10 minutes a day. And the other thing for job seekers is I would recommend to use Indeed as your central point of seeking work. Indeed is an aggregator. So it will go out and it pulls all the jobs from all the job boards and corporate websites and staffing agency sites into one place. So you don't have to go to multiple places to look for work.
I've heard that from a lot of my friends in the world of HR and jobs. So that's helpful advice. Indeed.com is a good resource for job seekers. That's fantastic. Kathy, thank you so much for all the information. How can people learn more about HR Pilots, both the business owners that are out there that might just need your help in helping to attract talent, and how can anybody learn more about the work that you do?
Well, I'm kind of old-fashioned. I appreciate phone calls. I love to talk on the phone, and I like to help people with that. So they can just contact me at my phone number, 708-848-9831.
And you're also at hrpilots.com.
hrpilots.com.
Fantastic, Kathy. Thanks for all the information. After the break, we're going to be talking more with Andrea Storrs, who's got more advice on jobs. You're listening to Get Down to Business with Shalom Klein.